The air in the community hall hung thick with the scent of lukewarm coffee and forced politeness. It was the annual Volunteer Appreciation Brunch, an event usually marked by quiet gratitude and humble acknowledgments. But this year, a different kind of tension simmered, largely thanks to Carlin Vates. Carlin, resplendent in a dress that seemed a shade too bright for 10 a.m., had commandeered the microphone for what was supposed to be a brief thank you speech. Instead, it had become a meandering monologue about her tireless efforts, her innovative ideas, and how she single-handedly saved the bake sale from a catastrophic flour shortage. Every sentence began with I, me, or my. And then I thought, what if we add sprinkles to the cookies? And honestly, the sales just skyrocketed after my suggestion, she chirped, gesturing grandly with a half-eaten croissant. A few polite coughs rippled through the room. Mrs. Henderson, a woman who had volunteered for 40 years without ever uttering a word louder than a whisper, exchanged a look with Pastor Miller that spoke volumes. The breaking point arrived during the presentation of the Community Spirit Award. This year, it was going to Sarah Jenkins, a quiet, diligent woman who had tirelessly organized the local food bank for the past 5 years, often working late into the night. As Mayor Thompson began to announce Sarah's name, Carlin, ever vigilant, sprang forward. "Oh, Mayor," she interjected, her voice cutting through the applause, "before you do that, I just wanted to share a little anecdote about how I helped Sarah with the food drive last winter. Remember, Sarah, when I suggested we sort the canned goods by expiration date? It saved so much time, didn't it? My organizational skills really came in handy." A collective gasp, almost imperceptible, swept through the room. Mrs. Henderson, a woman who had volunteered for 40 years without ever uttering a word louder than a whisper, exchanged a look with Pastor Miller that spoke volumes. Thompson, a man known for his unflappable demeanor, cleared his throat with a sound like grinding gravel. Then a voice from the back, clear and resonant, cut through the awkward silence. It was young Liam, barely 16, who had spent every Saturday for the past year volunteering at the food bank alongside Sarah. "Actually, Carlin," Liam said, stepping forward, his eyes fixed on her, "Sarah had already implemented that system. And she was the one who personally drove the donations in her old minivan when the town truck broke down, not you." The air crackled. Carlin's smile faltered, replaced by a look of bewildered indignation. Before she could retort, Mrs. Henderson, emboldened by Liam's courage, added, "And I recall you mentioning that you were too busy to help with the Christmas toy drive, Carlin. Sarah stayed up until midnight wrapping gifts for those children." One by one, others chimed in, their voices initially hesitant, then gaining strength. They spoke of Sarah's quiet dedication, her selflessness, her countless hours of unseen labor. They spoke of Carlin's tendency to take credit, to insert herself into every narrative, to make every achievement, no matter how small, about her own involvement. Carlin, for the first time in memory, was speechless. Her face, usually so animated, was now a mask of mortification. The dragging wasn't malicious. It was a gentle, yet firm, recentering of the truth. The spotlight, which Carlin so desperately craved, had finally been turned away from her, illuminating the quiet heroes she had so often overshadowed. The applause that followed Sarah's actual award was thunderous, genuine, and entirely deserved. Carlin, for once, was just another face in the crowd, forced to listen.